Hello there. In this video we're going to show you how you can use a split twin ring with a square gem and a tension setting as shown in the image there. So if we start Fluid Designer up, first of all we need to go to the rings folder, which is already selected, and we're going to use this twin split ring here. So if we just drag and drop that object onto the workspace, this is what we're going to use, and we're going to use a square gem in this instance. So if we go to File and Append, just go through the menu system until we get to the Groups folder. We want the Gem Shapes folder, and we're not going to use a round gem here, we're going to use a square gem. And as is usual, it's the object that we want, so it's a square object that we want to append from the library. And we now need to highlight that, and as you can see, the default size of all of these gems is 10mm. So we're going to change this size, we're going to scale it down, so I'll just switch on the screencast keys there. So S on the keyboard to scale. And we're going to assume that our gem is 6mm, so I'm going to do 0.6. So that scales it down to give me, if you look in the properties window over here, 6mm square gem. So I'm just going to reposition that at the top there. So now what do we want to do? Well, if we go to View and Back View, we're looking down on the gem here. And essentially what we want to do is we want to move this part of the shank up, this part of the shank down, this part up, this part down. So we're sticking that view at the moment, and if we press the Tab key on the keyboard to go into edit mode, and if I just press B on the keyboard for box or border select, if I just highlight the last three control points there, and if I just move them up, and I'll just change the proportional editing slightly, I don't want to go too far because I'll move the second part of the shank, and I don't want to do that. So I'll just move it up 2 units there so that it's in line with this side of the gem. And then A to deselect, B for border select again, and again just select 3 control points and just move it down 2 units so that it's in line here, and then A to deselect, and we need to do the same on the other side. So B for border select, move up 1, 2, A to deselect, B for border select, and move down 1, 2, and A to deselect it all. Now if we come out of edit mode now by pressing the Tab key on the keyboard, you can see that my gem is starting to fit in there. But if I view it from the top view now, you see the next thing I need to do is to move these 4 parts, the two at the front and the 2 at the back. I need to move them upwards in the Y direction. So top view, and press the Tab key for edit mode. Now if I use border select here, I should be able to select the 3 control points here and the 3 behind. So let's see, if we move it up 1, 2, and I'm going to increase the proportional editing here just to sort of round it off a bit. So I've moved it up 2, not sure whether that's right. Let me just press the Tab key to see. No, I need to go a bit higher. So I'll go up a 3rd unit. That should be okay. Yeah, that's better. And I want to do the same on the other side now. So A to deselect those, B for border select, just zoom in to get the millimeters there, and we want to go up 1, 2, 3 units there, and then deselect. So that's looking okay. Now what else do we need to do? Well, if we look there, these are a bit too long at the moment, so we need to delete the control points at the end to shorten this length. So let's see, we can view it from the back, I suppose. Yeah, if we press the Tab key for edit mode, Essentially we want to delete control points at the end here at both sides, and then if we press the tab key to come out of edit mode, we can see where that fits. Yeah, that's okay. So if we assume that after we've 3D printed this, we will use a grinder to cut out there. We won't use a boolean to do it in this instance. So what else do we need to do? Well, if you look at this, this has been twisted slightly as we adjusted the end of the shank to create these 4 prongs. So you can see that these are not straight anymore, they're not at right angles anymore. Now you might want to leave it like that, or you might want to straighten this off again. So let's see how we can do that. So if we go to view and front view, if we press the tab key on the keyboard to go into edit mode, so what I want to do is I want to use border select, and I want to select all the control points from there to there. And if I just zoom in, you'll see what I'm talking about here. This has been twisted, so what we need to do is to change the tilt. Now I don't want to go minus with that one, I want to go plus. Look, so you can see what's happening. So we want to go up probably about 8. I'll type in 10 degrees actually, so that sort of squares off that one, but the bottom one is also tilted as well. So A to deselect, B for border select, so highlight all those control points there, and we want to tilt this. Now we did 10 degrees, so we're probably going to need minus 10 degrees to keep it the same, so I'll type in minus 10. So what that's done is it's straightened them out again back to where they were at the start. So if I come out of edit mode there, press the tab key on the keyboard, you see that effect has changed now. So you do have to watch out for that when you're making adjustments to the ends of the shank like this. Okay, so we don't want to actually 3D print the gem itself, so we can press X on the keyboard to delete that. And remember, we don't do file and save for this, we do file and export. Export it as a wavefront object to the desktop. So it's a twin ring and a square 6mm gem. So we export that object to the desktop, and then that's the file. After we've run it through NetFab, that's the file that we would 3D print. Okay, so once that's actually saved it, I'll finish off this this lesson. Okay, so there we are. That's the split ring with a square gem and a tension setting. Thank you.